If you weren't there last week, would the same decision still have been made? If the answer's no, you don't have a business problem, you have a design problem. And that's exactly what this video is about, how to build a business that runs without you. If you've watched my shorts on why businesses stall, this is the deeper version, the one that shows you how to fix it. Most business owners think the problem is them, that they need to go and step back, that they need to trust more, let go. That's not the problem. The problem is that they've never built the systems that would make any of that possible. And there are three types of decisions that you should stop making personally, and each one of these needs its own system. The first one is the operation system. Now, these are the recurring decisions, things that happen the same way every week. How invoices get sent, how quotes get approved, how new inquiries get logged. You've made these decisions hundreds of times, and the decision is already made, but what's missing is the documentation. So write the steps down, one page, plain language, what happens in what order and who owns it. If you're struggling to write this down, you can use AI tools to help capture that data and document that system for you. It's become easier and easier. The excuse is no longer there. The second system is the policy system. Not every client question needs your answer. Most of them need a clear policy. Pricing queries, complaint handling, scope changes, deadline extensions. You probably handle all of these yourself every time, but most of them have a right answer, one you've already worked out. It just hasn't been written down. You haven't captured that in your system. So write down your default response to the 5 questions you get asked most often. That's not delegation, that's design. The third thing is the threshold system. If your team is waiting for you to say yes to purchases, decisions, or actions below a certain dollar amount, that's not management, that's a queue. So set a boundary and name a number. Let's just say that anything under $2,000, your team member can decide. Maybe it's $100, maybe it's $500, but you'll adjust that over time, and that's fine. But a boundary that's slightly wrong is better than no boundary at all. 3 systems, 3 decision types that no longer need you. That's the fix. Now here's why you're not doing it. If these systems are so simple, why haven't you built them? It's not because you're a bad manager. It's not because your team isn't capable. There are 3 specific traps that keep owners at the bottleneck in their own business. And the first is speed. It's faster to do it yourself. It's faster to do it by yourself. You've done it 100 times. You know exactly how it goes. Explaining it takes longer than just getting it done. And that's true, but it's also exactly how you stay stuck. The second is standards. No one else will do it the way you do. And you're right, they won't. But that's not a people problem. It's a documentation problem. So if the only place your standards exist is in your head, they can't be replicated. And this is where we get to the third one, trust. You haven't built the systems that would let you trust someone else. Not because your team is untrustworthy, not because you've hired wrong, but because you've never given them the structure to operate inside. And trust isn't a feeling, it's a system. So here's what I'd ask you to do this week. I'm going to take a piece of paper and write down every decision you made last week, every one you can remember. Then go through that list and circle the ones that only you could have made. Not the decisions you made because you were the only person available. The decisions that only you could make by judgment, by training, by relationship. Only you could have made that call. That circle is your bottleneck. Most owners find that less than 20% of what they do actually requires them. The other 80% is a habit pattern. The way things have always worked. And that 80% is fixable. Not overnight, not in one restructure, but one decision at a time. So pick one thing from outside the circle. Build a simple system around it, hand it over. Then do it again. That's how a business starts running without you, slowly and then completely. So I want to be direct about why this really matters. This isn't about efficiency. It's not about freeing up your calendar so you can take on more work. This isn't about efficiency. It's not about freeing up your calendar so you can take on more work. It's about what you're actually building. A business that runs without you is worth something. And a business that needs you is worth nothing on the day you want to leave. And at some point, whether that's 5 years away or 15, every owner wants to leave or has to leave. Whether that's a sale, a handover, a proper business exit planning. When that moment comes, the question a buyer or a successor will ask is simple. Can this business run without the owner? And if the answer is no, the value disappears. Not because the business isn't profitable, because the business is tied to one person and people aren't transferable. I see this with owners who have built genuinely good businesses. Revenue is strong, team is capable. But when they try to step back, everything slows down because the business never learned to run on its own. Don't build that business. If your business can't run without you right now, that's not a failure. It's a starting point. It's not a people problem. It's not a trust problem. It's a design problem. And design problems have solutions. Start with that dependency audit. 1 page, last week's decisions, draw the circle. Then pick one decision type. Build the simplest possible system around it and hand it over. That's the beginning of a business that doesn't need you. I've got a free 1-page business plan for you. The link's in the description. It's short, it's practical, and it'll help you map out the decisions that need systems. So download that this week and get started. And if you want the full framework, the business planning operating system that takes you through this step by step, that's linked too. So drop one decision you made last week that someone else could have handled. Just one. That's your starting point. Drop that in the comments. Next video, make sure you've subscribed. What to hand over first and how to do it without losing control of the outcome.